o'clock at night.
It's just an automated packing machine, is the name of it.
And tell us exactly what it does, because we know we've seen it. But
it's based around latest technology of 3D scanning.
Right.
And in a nutshell, whatever you present to the machine, it bespoke makes cuts, folds, creases, a box, seals it around whatever you presented to it.
Can we move on the shape of Darren?
Hello and welcome to, this is a very energetic CEF Tech Talking podcast. We've got myself, normal Darren, here with Dave again.
And I'm over here, the other side of the table today.
He's a long way away this time, and that's because we've got a right bunch in today, mate, haven't we?
Right bunch, yeah. How do we get this lot in?
I don't know. Who signed us up for this?
Who are they? Let's find out who they are.
So we are here with three fantastic guests. Starting over at your side, mate. Let's go.
Okay. What's your name and what do you do?
Craig Marks, Divisional Manager of CEF Online.
Oh, you're quite important then. Okay, jolly good.
Next.
I wouldn't go that.
Adele Feller, Customer Services Manager at CEF Online.
Lovely. And yourself?
I'm Graham Cass, Purchasing Manager at CEF Online.
So you probably guessed, listeners, that we're online.
We're at CEF.
At CEF Online. Now, CEF Online, we're here at Biggleswade. We've been here for a couple of days. First of all, I'd have to say sorry because we've wrecked your room.
We can see.
It's fine.
we
put it back together.
We will put it back. We will put it back. But here at Biggleswade, it's a fantastic facility. We've had a bit of a look around as well. Can I ask a couple of questions? First of all, why Biggleswade? And what do we do here at Biggleswade?
Is that a general question about Biggleswade?
Why Biggleswade?
I'm a
was the
Biggleswade
location for CEF Online.
Yes, so we are CEF Online here,
Yes, yeah.
Which means what? What do we provide out of CEF Biggleswade?
So we are facilitating all the customers that want to trade online on cef.co.uk. This facility, facilitates those orders, picks, packs, and dispatches those orders to those customers.
And does that direct to a customer or
wherever the customer wants it to go?
Oh, so
branch for collection.
Yeah,
quite a few use the branch network. Yes, collection points to site, customers' own addresses. Wherever.
Anywhere in the UK.
Yeah. So anywhere in the UK,
We don't export.
We don't export. Okay. So anywhere with a postcode for the UK, we can make sure that it could go to the customer, so I could be there when I turn up to do the work. Yes. That's what we. So is that? I mean, do I have to hit a certain time for it to be out at a certain time, or is there bits that we have to look out for?
Yeah. So at the moment we're running up to 6 o'clock, so a customer can place an order up to 6 generally for next day delivery. Highlands and Islands exceptions is as usual. We were pre-pandemic. We were at 8 o'clock. We've had to drop back over the last couple of years with everything that's gone on. But the long-term plan is to get back to the 8 o'clock again.
So a customer of ours could all of a sudden sit there, pipe and slippers on, and all of a sudden think, I forgot something. And as long as it's before, you want to get to 8 o'clock, and it should be with them the next day. That's fantastic service, that is. Now, all that service, that comes from, obviously, a number of people here. You're not the only 3 people in the building. I think there's a few more, isn't there?
What are we at now?
There is. We're about 300, about 320 at the moment on site.
320 on site?
Yeah.
All at the same time?
No. 3 shifts at a site is 24/7. We made that transition back in 2020. And we moved to the standard sort of shift patterns that you would expect in a warehouse type facility. So 6 till 2, 2 till 10, 10 till 6.
So constantly, we've seen there's constantly baskets going past, aren't there? People picking, stuff going out, and it looks absolutely, it's mesmerising when you stand there looking at it. There's really lots going on. But that's not the only people. There aren't just people picking out there. Here in Biggleswade, we've got a customer service team, which I think, Adele, you look after them, don't you?
Customer services. So we've got customer services, 26 in customer services. Customer service is actually open from 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. With people working in customer service. The phones and chat aren't on, but there is people working from 6 till 10 at night.
So what do they do then? What sort of stuff are they dealing with?
Phone calls. We do about 600-700 phone calls in.
What are people asking us?
What aren't they asking us? We get everything. Everything and anything.
Is that technical questions?
Technical. We've actually got a quotations and technical team here as well. That I oversee, so we've got people in that team. So anyone who rings in for technical support, we have a dedicated team. Anyone who rings for quotation, we've got a dedicated team. And then just general website inquiries, helping them build a basket, find their way around the website, registering for an account, because obviously you can apply for an account.
You can.
Any sort of stuff like that, finding products for them. We have online chat, so we've got people on chat as well as people on the phones. And we're just processing the orders and stuff like that.
Do you know, I love a good online chat.
Oh, I bet
I
you
think-
I'm glad you do.
Here we go. We're delving into the
do.
dark bits now.
Like the 10 o'clock ones.
Whenever you go on a company and they've got online chat, I love it because you get direct contact, don't you?
We're not robots. We've got no automation neither. We've got no AI. Because some of them, when I've been on some in the past on other companies, you can't just write what you want to write. You're like kind of formatted and it's a structure. Whereas we are just humans sat there talking. If you've got Lisa, you've got Lisa. Lisa is a human being.
Lisa's a good one, isn't she?
Lisa's-
We can recommend
She's all
Lisa.
right. Well, they're all good.
Other service providers are available.
Lisa's going to be like, well, hey, Lisa's quite new as well.
Everyone asking for Lisa now. Is that Lisa? So we've got the amazing team that out there picking. We've got your team that actually will make sure and look after our customers.
Everything to do with your orders.
And then we've got Graham.
Yeah.
What do you do, Graham?
We just do a bit of buying. That's all we do.
Just a bit of buying. Is there
So-
much to buy here, mate?
Yeah, so we carry about 30 mil of stock now. And that's gone up a hell of a lot in the last 6 months or so. Some of that's project driven through the power tool division, and other parts of it is just adding to the depth of stock.
So how many products then are we looking after at the moment in that warehouse?
About 38,000 lines.
About.
About 38. It changes on a regular basis.
Does it
Generally
really?
when Jeremy Saunders turns up.
When the boss is
Yeah,
here.
when the boss
More.
turns up. No, he just wants more. He wants more. And I guess we pride ourselves on range completion as well. I remember the first, near enough the first project when I came here 3 years ago, was Jeremy's desire to make sure the slow moving stock has range completion, so we don't have one of everything and no one believes we've got it. We will have it. If it says one, we'll have one. But he loves project quantities. So his view was like, well, it doesn't matter. It's probably quite low value, and it was, but when you start building up that profile, we spent about £950,000 worth of stock on literally slow-moving range completion products. And some of that stuff wasn't moving. It was probably moving once or twice a year. And now a lot of that product moves like 5 or 6 times a month because we've got customers really believing, we know they've got it, they've got range. So we do pride ourselves on that. It's one of the many things we
Can't
pride
sell it
ourselves
if you haven't got it, can you?
You're absolutely right. Yeah, you need to be able to look at it, don't you, to actually get it out the door. So that's one thing. So has that been a problem in the pandemic, making this place full?
No. So again, I've been 35 years in wholesaling. A lot of the time in that time I've been reducing stock and reducing God knows how many other numbers. And this is just an unbelievable place to work. So I remember the memo I got from the top man saying, don't reduce stock. The hardest fight, during pandemic definitely was suppliers producing orders, on time and in full. And that's just carried on through the whole supply chain. But again, we're quite lucky. We keep depth, so we want to keep up to 12 weeks worth of stock.
Is that what we do here? We keep 12 weeks worth of stock?
Yeah, we're stock building at the moment.
Coming through your team, you roughly know what numbers are coming, and then you have to pass them over to Graham's desk, do you? And he makes sure
Well, we
we've got
just
the
don't
stuff.
want a lot of back orders.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's double the work because you're processing the order to start with. You then, if you haven't got the stock fulfillment, it then goes in a back order and then you're having to process when it then comes back in, and we also call to check to see whether the customer still wants it. So you're just duplicating the work, really.
The
So if
challenge
we've got the
can
stock,
be, in reality, you don't know what's coming. From one minute to the next, we are working hand to mouth, and when the customer is sat at home or on site and places the order, that just drops straight in. We don't know we're going to get that order, so we've got to react to it.
Depth and width is so important to us.
Placing an order then through you guys, they get a couple of people, so they can either ring you up and do it.
we don't take orders over the phone.
So don't.
No.
Oh, right.
The order's on our
Ring a store.
We can store.
Ring a store.
The store can place the order.
Okay.
We take an order. The customers has to go on the website for an order to come into us here.
Oh, we've got an app.
We have got an app. Or an app.
So the app,
Yeah,
and the app
yeah.
connects with the catalogue, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So they can take pictures
They
of
can
the
scan,
product that
yeah.
they think they want, and then all of a sudden
Populates the basket.
Yeah, and then they can order it that way.
So there's a really easy, quick and easy way of doing it. So when you're trying to pass stuff on, did you know that, Dave? So
I
what you've
didn't
got
know
to do,
that.
with the app, you take a picture of the page that you want and the item that you want on the page, and it automatically finds it on the app. And you can then start to put the quantities in and then send it across to these guys to order. Now there is one bit of kit out there I'd like to talk about.
This is what I'm waiting for.
So,
This
right,
is the
so-
exciting bit.
Go on.
So you've got a box maker, is that right out there?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
More than a box
fantastic.
maker.
Oh, was I running it down then, Graham?
What's its proper name, Graham? What's it actually called in the business?
What's its proper
It's
name?
just an automated packing machine. Is the name of it.
And tell us exactly what it does. 'Cause we know we've seen it, but
It's based around latest technology of 3D scanning,
Right.
and in a nutshell, whatever you present to the machine, it bespoke makes cuts, folds, creases, a box, seals it around whatever you presented to it.
could we make one the
And-
shape of Darren?
No, don't go that loud. I'm joking.
No,
I'm joking.
I was going to try. I was trying to think of the right answer. For that.
I've got Craig's answer this.
So certain sizes allowed only.
He'll get his foot in.
I normally put my own foot in it, mate.
No, the box making machine principle has been around for a long time, but the old school ones, if you like, have all been around a certain footprint of box, and then the machine would cut the box down to a certain height and seal it and put the carrier label on.
Yeah.
Our ones are the latest technology, which are based around that 3D scanning and literally cut it down.
What was the business rationale for bringing that in? What's the driver for that sort of thing?
Two things, I suppose. Capacity, or the volume, the amount of volume we can get through. To bespoke make boxes or wrap products can take quite a bit of time, so there's certainly that aspect. And then there's the green side of things. Just
Well,
the waste.
because I wondered if a driver was a customer's saying, because we've all had it, where the box arrives and you open it up and there's masses of airbags,
Tiny little
and then the
light
tiny little thing in the
Huge,
bottom.
Yeah.
a small thing.
And that's really annoying, isn't
Exactly.
it?
Yeah.
Now I know that this is a big driver for contractors as well. So contractors, their contracts are coming through, and there's sustainability parts of the contracts that they must meet.
Yeah.
And the packaging is one of them. So where they're sourcing their product from, and the product then turns up on site, they're being asked, can they make sure that is as reduced cardboard as possible?
Yes.
So this would tick that box for them, wouldn't
It does, absolutely, yeah. Combined with all the other things that we've been doing, we've been trying to reduce the plastic elements, moving into paper wherever possible. It's always that fine line between making sure the products are sufficiently packed so they arrive,
safely,
so the customer's not annoyed when he's on the job and he's got to get that done and it's smashed by our lovely carrier partners. So it's that balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great bit of kit to just to stand back and watch, isn't it? It's absolutely great. Maybe we should get some footage of it and put it in.
It's quite mesmerising.
It's, I think from us starting in day one in Buntingford, when I first saw that, it's just goosebumps, because it's just like, this is a game changer when you see that. And obviously we've got two more ready to rock and roll as well.
So here at Biggleswade, you've gone through a bit of a change recently, haven't you? You've grown.
We haven't stopped.
I haven't stopped since day one.
I think since day one, it's sort of, we realised it wasn't enough, didn't we?
Yeah,
So
pretty much 8 books after we launched.
So Biggleswade, the footprint of Biggleswade and our online provision here has doubled. Is that right?
It has, that's correct. Yeah, it was initially 100,000 square foot footprint. We thankfully purchased enough land to be able to double the facility as and when we needed it. And that time probably came a lot sooner than we expected. But yes, so we've just completed now the doubling of the size of the building to 200,000 square foot.
So Graham, what are you going to put in that space then, mate?
He's almost filled it already.
I'll tell you, it's unbelievable out there, isn't it? I mean, there's some big projects going on. I mentioned power tools and EV. There's a hell of a lot of new EV and depth again to make sure we've got the right amount of stock. I'm just looking at the figures now, and we're about on target to put the right amount of stock in. But it's all about, for me, it's about depth. We've still got the right amount. Great suppliers as well.
Yeah.
I think when I came here, the DNA of this business was to be the easiest people to deal with. I really felt that. I came in and thought, it's a great place, isn't it? Everyone wants to deal with customers and deal with suppliers and be straight with everybody, and that's what we do. And so 30 odd years in the industry to come here, I just felt I fitted in straight away with that.
If you're tired and gone to heaven, he's done.
Yeah, no, I do. I say to everyone, I've got the best job in the industry. Simple as that. It's been great.
You got that tape.
It's all right. We've got it on tape. We've got it on tape. We've got him.
I don't know what he's after.
So I wouldn't want to work in a warehouse. So it's a great. So yeah, we've near enough. We said about 40% full already.
Yeah, on phase 2.
40%
full, and
on the
you know,
extended bit. Yeah.
Yeah, already. So yeah, we ran out of space. But a part of this stock build is because we just ran out of space, probably 6 months too early, but that's what it.
And we know a big bit about. Dave and I have been going around the country talking about renewables, batteries, PV panels, stuff like that. You got a little bit of space in there for that, mate?
We've got enough, and we're working on a project. But together, like I say, EV is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's just kicking off, and other areas where we've gone quite deep in recent times and gone well is things like hookup units for caravan sites have been incredible. And this year, air conditioning units. And you think, why? It's a bit hot, but I've been in it years and we've had hot summers. But then someone said to me, it's about people working from home.
Yeah.
And people saying, oh my God, yeah. And we went deep in it and it's worked really well. So, yeah, you just have to be in front of that curve.
Well, how do you stay in front of that curve then? What is it?
No sleep and working for Craig, I guess. Working for Craig and Jeremy's, they keep you busy.
A bit of a crystal ball moment, do you?
Yeah, it's obvious, isn't it? Cooling in the summer, heating in the winter.
You've got to listen to the feedback as well, not only from your own, internally, from your own departments and company, but the customers. You got what's going on. You just got everybody's, and we've got so many people in the business in different departments. They got their ear to the ground, listening to customers, what they want, and we're reacting to it. Let's be honest.
Yeah, we find it at Tech Talks as well, don't we? Tech Talks, we get loads of people coming and talking to us, telling us what they'd like, what they're thinking about doing next, and it leads us on to the next topics coming out for the next set of Tech Talks, isn't it? Which is starting soon, so we'll expect you'll see you there.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be able to go to one of these then.
Alan Sugar once said if 10 people tell you something, it's generally true. So that's what we listen. That's what we do.
Yeah, it can't be wrong. So I think what I'll say is this facility here is absolutely superb, but it's for a purpose. It's for our customers' purpose, isn't it? It's to make it, and I think one of you said it, make it as easy as possible to deal with CEF. And it does that in abundance through the teams that you've got, Adele, through the crews that you've got there. Graham does a little bit as well, doesn't he?
A little bit, Ryan.
He just enjoys himself. He just has a nice time.
He comes in to enjoy
love it,
himself.
Ryan.
He doesn't call it work, he calls it buttlings.
What's buttons?
But it's wonderful to see how good and how far we've come in such little time. So thank you very much for your time today. For you guys listening, thank you very much. Hopefully you've liked it. If you have, hit the subscribe button, share, like with your friends. Sharing is caring. Remember that one. And from me, Dave, and this giggly lot, thank you very much for joining on another CEF Tech Talking podcast.